Rouge the Bat. She can be a very controversial character because of her design. Rouge the Bat is the most sexualized character in the Sonic franchise because of obvious reasons, being her design, and there are very much a lot of fan art of Rouge the Bat, which we are definitely not going to be talking of or bringing up in today's video for obvious reasons. Her design was definitely way more centered in Sonic Prime, and they covered it up, so to say. When I first saw Rouge's design for Sonic Prime in the trailers prior to the release of the first season, I immediately knew why this was done, being the new designs that they decided to go with for Sonic Prime for Rouge. Rouge the Bat is very popular amongst the furry and the Rule 34 community for obvious reasons. And Rule 34 basically is a website where not safe for work artists make art of fictional characters, for example, Rouge the Bat. Basically, Rule 34's motto is, if it exists, there is going to be porn of it, and obviously Rouge the Bat exists with her very revealing design. Many can agree that she is definitely a great looking character. Me personally, I am a huge fan of her actual character as opposed to what she looks like. As you guys may know, I'm a very big fan of Knuckles the Echidna. That is probably my most favorite fictional character of all time, and as you know, her dynamic with Knuckles the Echidna, she tends to have an interest in like Knuckles the Echidna a lot, and there tend to be a lot of interaction between these two characters that I talk about on this channel all the time. So basically where I'm going with this, Sega and Team Sonic knew exactly what they were doing with Rouge's design. A lot of people will argue that Sonic content tends to be for younger people, and of course Rouge's features and design may not necessarily be for younger aged people. However, Sonic, Team, and Sega definitely did this on purpose. For example, Rouge's jiggle physics in Sonic Adventure 2. If you move the character around and look closely, you can definitely see that her yadas are jiggling. So why would Sonic, Team, and Sega do this? If you ask me, it definitely has to do with the male perception amongst a female, especially if they are as good looking as somebody like Rouge the Bat. This basically almost kind of tells me exactly the same thing why you would see women in restaurants, for example, waitresses who wear revealing clothing, because they already know automatically males are probably going to tip even more for the female waitresses who are wearing more revealing clothing. Now, granted, they are definitely staring at them because of the revealing clothing. Now, what does this mean for Rouge the Bat? Why did they decide to go with a design like this? And there can be many different reasons for this, starting with they wanted more people, more types of people to become a fan and supporter of the overall Sonic franchise, and more particularly males rather than female, unless you're of course interested in that sort of thing. The next reason is because maybe after all in the beginning they didn't want this exactly to be for little kids, and they wanted to get more types of people interested in this sort of thing. Well, a better way than to make an extremely hot looking furry female character. Now of course the whole furry thing is, I guess, newer, and if you know, Rouge the Bat basically has existed for a very long time, but of course I could be entirely wrong about that. And a lot of people ask the same question every single day: why would Team Sonic, Sega do this? And those would be my best predictions on why they would do something like this. So in conclusion, I personally believe, based off of society nowadays, if Sega and Team Sonic continues to gear their content towards children, they may continue to cover it up, so to say, or censor Rouge the Bat. And I personally do not mind this because I actually like Rouge the Bat as a character as opposed to the way she looks, and I absolutely love her dynamic with Knuckles the Echidna. That is my absolute most favorite thing in the entire world, and partially that is what I live for. And of course that is also another thing that we talk a lot about here on this channel. The character Rouge the Bat, she looks overall the same, only they covered it up. So basically to me it is the exact same thing. However, I could definitely see why a lot of the male people, or of course people who are interested in that sort of thing, are definitely disappointed that Sega and Sonic are covering it up. Now I will say the murder of of Sonic the Hedgehog digital novel that came out recently on Steam, they definitely did not cover it up with Rouges Design. Chip had a new design in there as well, but they didn't cover it up that time. Maybe it is possible that the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog was not necessarily supposed to be for small children like Sonic Prime was. One thing about Sonic Prime that I did not like is that they avoided a lot of the aspects and the fundamentals that Sonic X had, which was the emotional, dark, deep story, even things like the depiction of Rouge the Bat, and of course their dynamic in relationship. They didn't show any of that stuff in Sonic Prime. However, the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog visual novel, I definitely got a lot of what I got from Sonic X on the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. So this kind of tells us that we may in the near future see a lot of things that a lot of the true Sonic fans really want. We may see in the very near future, and one content we may see that is in the updates of Sonic Frontiers in the future, especially the new story that we're going to get later this year, along with the new playable characters, Tails, Amy, and Knuckles. You definitely want to be subscribed down below if you're not already, and smash the like button while you're at it. And I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in today. We will see you guys on the next video.